Revelation chapter 6, we all get to read about the 7 seals and what was in, but the secrets and the mysteries of it is what I am here to tell you. The mysteries and the secrets of the 7 seals. But I'm not going to go into all the seals. I'll just take the first and the second. The third and the fourth, I will do that later on, because the first, second, third, and fourth, that is what we call the 4 horsemen. The 4 horsemen. The 4 horsemen, the season begins the Great Tribulation. So it's amazing where you see prophets speak about death and say that death is coming. You see prophets talking about the 4 horsemen are here, but at the same time they deny that we are in the Great Tribulation. That shows the level of confusion, because the beginning of the 7 seals is what begins the tribulation. So if you acknowledge that the 7 seals or the 4 horsemen are in operation, then you should also believe that we are in the tribulation. But unfortunately, a lot still believe that we will be raptured before the tribulation, where the 4 horsemen are already in operation. When the 4 horsemen are in operation, that is how the tribulation begins. So I want us to read Revelation 6, the verse 1. And I read, it says, "Now, when the Lamb opened one of the seals, I heard one of the 4 living creatures saying with a voice like thunder, 'Come and see.' And I looked, and behold, a white horse. He who sat on it had a bow and a crown given to him. He went out conquering and to conquer." He went out conquering and to conquer. Now, we are in a season where a lot of prophets are speaking about 2026 is going to be a year that will begin the Third World War and things like that. Have they shown you prophetically why they say what they say? Are they only telling you about visions they have seen, or they are bearing witness to what the prophet has said? A prophet of God bears witness to what the prophet has said. So he's going to show you the trace of what he's telling you. And this prophecy right here is what begins the layout for the Third World War. It's a season of dominion. I've told you the kingdom of darkness is establishing their kingdom. It's the year of what? Kingdom alignment. So the kingdom of darkness is also setting up. And before the kingdom of darkness can set up, the world must be in shambles so that they come to rule over the world. So understand, the first seal reveals dominion. Revelation 6, the verse 3 to 4. When he opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature, and he said, "Come and see." Another horse, fiery red, went out, and it was granted to him, one who sat on it, to take peace from the earth. Peace from the earth. And the people will kill one another, and he was given a great sword. The people will kill one another, and he took peace from the earth. So when we are talking about this 2026 being the beginning of the layout of a world war, understand that this is the prophecy that is being fulfilled. This is the witness of what the prophet had written that is unfolding. So these are not speculations. These are fulfillment of prophecies, and you are going to see it unfold one after the other, because the word of the Lord never falls to the ground. We are in the days where the Lord Jesus said in the book of Matthew 24, the verse 7 to 8, the Lord Jesus said, "For nations will rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms, and there will be famine and pestilence and earthquake in various places, and those are the beginnings of sorrow." And I started telling you from the month of September last year, 2025, that we have entered into the beginnings of sorrow. This is what I mean. We have entered into the fulfillment of the first and second seal. We are going to enter into the third seal later on, and we'll enter into the fourth seal, the 4 horsemen. But the timeline of the first seal has been broken. That is why kingdoms are going to rise against kingdoms. So if you see nations and rumors of wars and all that, know that this is the fulfillment of the prophecies. And the Lord Jesus has said nations will rise against nations and kingdoms against kingdoms. This is where we are. I don't even want to talk about the plagues and pestilence. That is in the third and the fourth seal. So I'll talk about that later. Is it a coincidence? Just take a look at it. Is it a coincidence that Jesus said that there will be wars and rumors of war, and nations will rise against nations? And you see the first seal speak about what? Conquering and to conquer, nations conquering each other. And you see the second seal say that peace is going to be taken from the earth, and you are seeing wars, just as the Lord Jesus said. The nations will rise against nations. That means there will be no peace. This is what we are seeing. So you see Jesus bearing witness, or you rather see what? John the Revelator bearing witness to the prophecy of the Lord Jesus. And Daniel had also prophesied it when he prophesied about the 4 kingdoms. He prophesied about the four kingdoms, and when he got to the fourth kingdom, he spoke about a little horn that will rise, and he spoke about the kings of that kingdom, and he says that they are going to rule until the latter times. Until the latter times. So this is a prophecy of the end time. Daniel prophesied about it, Isaiah prophesied about it, Habakkuk prophesied about it, and later on I'm going to tell you my prophetic encounter with Habakkuk in the book of Habakkuk, and you are going to be blown away. There are a lot of things I don't share, but there shall be no delay any longer. We have entered into the days of the revealing of the secrets of God before the sounding of the seventh angel. So I'm going to be revealing a lot that I've been holding back for a long time now. So be expecting that my prophetic encounter with the prophet Habakkuk and the book of Habakkuk. So now, as we have seen that the first seal and the second seal are being opened prophetically in the year 2026, actually beginning from September. Those connected to me in my ministry family, you know that September I was on a retreat, a 40-day retreat, and the Lord revealed a lot to me, and I announced a lot about the war, how the angel of death had been released, how the second seal had been broken. The first seal is broken, the second seal is broken, and the two are working together. In some few months to come, when we cross the month of June going, the third horse and the fourth horse will also be released. That is where we are going to start seeing a lot of earthquakes and pestilence and pandemics and things going on. Last year, some prophets were speaking about a pandemic coming, and I came out and I told my ministry family, no, 2025 is not the year allocated for plagues and pestilence. By the grace of God, I'm a prophet. I don't just foresee things, I see why the things must happen. And I know the mechanism behind the fulfillment of the prophecies. So there is timeline allocated to prophecies. End time prophecies do not just happen like that. There are times and seasons. So when the times and seasons are up, we announce it. And this is what I am here to tell you. The first and the second seal had been opened. So we are going to be seeing a lot of wars and rumors of wars in 2026. Even right from September 2025, the timeline has been open. And I saw a lot of prophetic visions about war and rumors of war. So I'm going to speak to you a little about some countries and the fulfillment of this first seal and second seal in the nations of the world.